So this is Julian. We're solving the New York Times crossword for Monday, November 21st. It's a Monday, so it's a pretty easy crossword to solve. So anything that seems obvious probably is. And we are going to start right up in the top left corner because if we can get those words, we're off to the races. So when I see taste or touch, that to me is one of the five senses. So I am going to type in sense. Now I could either go across and keep getting that row, or I could go down. Something cues. I think those are Susie cues, like in the song. Um, and that's a Hostess brand. Now, I don't know if that's an I or a Y, so I might check out this word. Man, that smarts. That could be like yowie or something like that. Still not sure. So maybe I'll go to two down. Two down, a fencing blade. Well, you might know from the Olympics there's three kinds of those. One is an epee, one's a saber, one's a foil. I think this is going to be epee. That shows up in the crossword a lot. So I think this one is going to be Yao. And character and I, Claudius, that's somebody Roman. I think that's going to be Nero. A Michelin winter product is probably Michelin is obviously tires. So it's going to be a snow tire because we use those in the winter, although these days most people just have one kind of tire. A letter holder, probably an envelope. And notice we're starting to fill in stuff that we didn't even try, so we can just double check our work. An Ivy League school in Philadelphia, one would be the University of Pennsylvania. Notice that SCH in the clue is an abbreviation, so they're looking for an abbreviation in the answer. So U for university, Penn for Pennsylvania. It's an approximation in both places. When we see SCH a period, that tells us an abbreviation. Philly is also kind of a shorthand. So crosswords often use that parallel structure between the answer and the clue. Now, when we get to a Monday, Monday through Thursday, we have themes to these. And so a lot of the clues might go together. Driving condition in a blizzard, that could be zero something, zero visibility perhaps. Let's see if that fits. It does. I can look at the other long across answers like 22 and see what's coming up there. Approval from Siskel and Ebert. Well, they used to do movies, review movies on TV, and their big thing was if both of them liked it, they would both have thumbs up. So this is probably 2 thumbs up. Again, you can see for a Monday, these answers are pretty easy. So now I'm looking for a theme. I see a 0 and a 2. Maybe there's some numbers in here. Now somewhere there's what's a clue that's called a revealer. Basically a clue that gives you another clue to the themes. And so we can go down here and see if there's something. So like number 60, where it says, or this puzzle. How an extreme underdog wins, or this puzzle. So something in that 60 across has something to do to give us clues to the 0 and the 2 and the theme in this case. I'm not really sure what this one is, so that's okay. We can still try to get the big long ones if we want to. Let's look at this one. 1988 film about the Black Sox. So the Black Sox were the Chicago White Sox baseball team. I think in the 1918 or 1919, they threw the World Series. They were involved in a betting scandal. And so the movie, I believe, is called 8 Men Out, and that kind of goes with our theme of numbers. So EIGHT, men out. Again, if you're not sure, we can try some other crosses to see. To wipe clean as a blackboard is a race. So that gives me a pretty good idea that that's correct. Estee Lauder, women might know that makeup. Approaches, well, here's one that ends in an S in the clue. It's plural, so it's got to be plural here. It's probably nears. And this seems to be fitting nicely. The NBA's Magic on scoreboards, of course, that's the Orlando Magic. On a scoreboard, it would be abbreviated. NBA is abbreviated, so we know we need an abbreviation here. So Orlando would be ORL. If I just want to double check, I can go to this one and get across. Looks like user friendly. So this seems to be working nicely. I can look for some of the other big answers. Now, just because the clues go across with numbers, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to down. So blinkers may or may not be one of those clues, or this one down. Traditional Christmas plants. Well, that could be like poinsettias. It could be a Christmas cactus. Looks like poinsettias would fit because I've got the I and the S. So let's try that. Poinsettias. Yeah, so that fits. And notice that even though it's a big answer, it doesn't go with the theme of numbers. 45 across looks like a big one. Amusement park with a nitro roller coaster. Not quite sure. Let's look at 31 down to see if that gives me a clue. Counterparts of amateurs. Pros. So this is a number that begins with S. A Bollywood dress. Bollywood is not Hollywood, but it's the Indian version of Hollywood. So a dress in India would be a sari, S-A-R-I. And I'm starting to see a number here, maybe 6. 6 flags. All right, there we go. We're already up to the 6-minute mark. Again, I would usually do this a lot quicker, but just talking to you guys. Focus of a yearly shot. Well, you get a flu shot. And again, this thing is coming together pretty nicely. How about this one? How an extreme underdog wins. Still don't see it yet. That's okay. A tirade could be a rant. A note between fa and la, do, re, mi, fa, sol, S-O-L. A fortune teller, somebody who sees the future, so that's typically a seer. You'll see that in crosswords a lot. A naval officer, probably an ensign, ENS. Again, we need an abbreviation there because it says abbreviation. Summer drinks. This is one that you use in the crossword a lot. People don't really like this word, but an aid, like a lemonade or a limeade. All right, let's see if we can get some of these bigger ones. Maybe something going down. Blinkers. It looks like I've got the word signals there. That's okay, just to fill that in, even if I don't know what the whole thing is. Maybe turn signals? Let's try that. Let's see if we can look at 25 across. Loosen as laces, I guess if you untie them. So that seems to fit. R&B group with the #1 hit, Reach Out and I'll Be There. Well, this is a long one, and I'm seeing the UR from 4, so FOU, the 4 tops would fit. And notice now my answers, I've got 0 visibility, 2 thumbs up, 4 tops, 6 flags, 8 men out. So I've got the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see, supernatural tabloid fodder. We often see about UFOs. Canceled as a launch, maybe no-go. And notice across we get ogre, that seems to fit. And we get son of a gun, that seems to fit. So we're in pretty good shape here. Let's see what else we can do to finish this up. How about the top? What eyeglass lenses fit in? A case, maybe? Or rims? A bowling alley button, I think, is reset. So maybe it's rims. You know, that could be a lot of things, but I think rims works. Drug, also known as angel dust, I believe that's PCP. Furry creature in the Return of the Jedi. Well, it could have been Yoda. He's kind of furry, but I think they want the Ewoks, those little furry creatures that help them. A Western Hemisphere alliance. Well, we've got NATO, but that doesn't fit. And then Western Hemisphere, I think they're thinking about the Americas. So the Organization of American States, the OAS. Lucy's partner, I think they mean Lucy like I Love Lucy. So her husband was Desi. Notice if they do Lucy as opposed to Ball, they want the first name. So they don't want Arnaz, they want the first name, which is Desi. All right, let's get this small stuff going down. A Mobius strip is something we see in math. A Heinz product is catsup, not ketchup, but catsup. Hearts and Minds military maneuver, briefly. So again, they wanted something that's an abbreviation. PSYOP, like a psychological operation. Printed defamation, that would be libel. Air kiss sound. I hate this one in the crossword, but it's mwah. So M-W-A-H. If you didn't know that, again, you could get the across. Go 4-0 in a series, like you sweep in the World Series, and that could help you get it. Steinbeck's famous work, The Grapes of Wrath. Sometimes getting those ones that you know have to be something that's like a fill in the blank is a good place to get started. Because as you notice, as you start getting these, it gets easier and easier to fill in the rest. Shirt that might say I'm with stupid, that would be a t-shirt spelled out. A plant life, we've got flora and fauna. Flora is the plant life. Mediterranean fruits, I don't know, not kiwis. Let's see what we've got going down. Custard base, that's made out of eggs. Canadian gas brand is Esso, that's the Canadian version of Exxon. So Mediterranean fruit looks like figs, and now we can get this thing going down. Pop with no fizz. A flat soda, that's kind of a silly phrase, but I think that's what they're going for. Actress Christine of Chicago Hope, if you watch that show, you would know that. I don't watch it, but I happened to see this name before. Christine Lottie. Again, those proper names can really help you. Something softball. Softball uses slow pitch without the W. Elton John's Candle in the Wind. He redid. It was originally a song for Marilyn Monroe, but later he redid it for Princess Di when she was killed. So Diana would be the answer there. A Western Lily. Just doing the crossword a lot, you tend to pick up these words. A Sego, S-E-G-O, is in crosswords all the time. Still not getting this big one. Let's see what we got going down. If you're Harry Potter fans, Diagon Alley is where he gets stuff. Now I'm starting to see a word. Looks like against. Against all. Okay, maybe an underdog wins against all odds. And now we see, oh, okay, that was, quote, the revealer. It revealed that all of our clues in this puzzle, the big ones, the theme ones, had even numbers, although I don't really think of 0 as even, but 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we didn't have odds. That's why it's against all odds. All right, let's finish this baby up. Ignited as a match, that would be lit. What light bulbs present in cartoons, like you see a cartoon over your head, that would be an idea, or ideas because it's plural. And music, Tanya Tucker. And we are done. And it says we did the puzzle in 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Again, probably could have done it quicker. Not trying to brag, but just saying that, I typically would do it about half this time, but I wanted to give you guys some thoughts. I hope you enjoyed it.